All right, Brett, thanks so much. The month of April is recognized for many things, and we're going to have a conversation this morning on sexual assault awareness, a topic that my next guest would agree isn't talked about nearly enough. Felicia Thomas is the Healthy Relationship Director and joined with Ms. Dilworth Ricks, a sexual assault advocate for Our House in Greenville. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
All right, really important conversation. I'm so glad that you're here this morning. Ms. Dilworth, I want to start with you. You sent me some information before. It was a piece that you had written, and it said that 67.5% of rape cases go unreported. Why do you think that is?
Most of the time people because of the close knit community, people are ashamed of what has happened to them. Say, like, for example, if you're going out drinking or something like that, and you think that, people blame themselves, fear, people won't believe them.
Right.
That, like I've gone out drinking, say, like, for example, if I'm going out drinking or something and I'm blaming myself, I'm too ashamed to tell anyone else what has happened.
Right. Of the circumstances beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So there's a lot of shame there.
Sure.
And it's hard to
What would you
describe.
say to those that may even be watching that have found themselves in certain situations and circumstances that maybe now are unsure of what to do?
I would say that when it comes down to sexual assault and reporting it, that is a personal decision. It's a hard decision to make.
Sure.
And for those who want to go out and maybe take and tell someone else, though everything is personal, but I would encourage anyone to go to the doctor. There are a lot of dynamics dealing with sexual assault, so you would definitely want to go and get some assistance. Medical treatment and support. The thing is that I believe, people are afraid because people are not believing them. The first thing is doubt. People are not believing in anyone. So
well, and you guys, that's kind of where you guys come in. So to speak, to pick up the pieces afterwards and help put those back together. Felicia, tell me, I know you guys, through Our House, being an advocacy for those situations, what are some of the programs and things that you guys do and have to help with those situations?
We have a number of programs that we offer. We offer support groups, and not only for adults, but we offer support groups for youth as well. And sometimes an individual may feel they don't want to be a part of a support group, so we also offer individual. We have a licensed counselor who is there, so if you don't want to participate in the group sessions, you can have the one-on-one with a licensed counselor. Whatever services a survivor needs, it could be accompanied to the hospital, to the court. They may need protection order. We give them information with regards to victim compensation, whatever their needs are. And oftentimes we find that they just want a listening ear. So we're there to provide emotional support as well.
Right. Well, and like you said, there's a lot of different avenues when it comes to those situations, from reporting medical to just the emotional side of it. Briefly, Ms. Dilworth, the Me Too movement was a national thing that swept over, late last year, and it was meant to shed light on just the prevalence of how big of a problem this really is. Do you think that it did what it was meant to do?
I would say yes, to a degree here I'm not, when it comes down to the conversation, more people are talking about, not necessarily just openly, but, people are talking.
Among themselves, maybe.
That these things, sharing their experiences, or even when it comes down to implement things into training and discussing, what does this look like?
Right.
We're aware that sexual assault is very important. This is a problem here.
Sure.
There's a problem. There's 9 out of 10 victims that are sexually assaulted know the person that assaulted them.
Right.
So, yeah, so people are talking, you know, it's like, be careful.
Right, right.
And can I add that we have, in our counties that we're servicing, we have agencies that have come together and have developed SART teams, and that are this is sexual assault response teams. And so there's one that has recently been implemented in Holmes County, LaFleur County, and now there will be one in Washington and Bolivar County. And so this is where multidisciplinary teams are coming together in these communities to serve as voices and to make sure that victims are heard, because oftentimes their voices are silent and not heard. And so there are great things that's going on in the community to provide services for survivors of sexual abuse.
Well, and it sounds like a victory for you guys in that regard. And just you guys being here alone is another step to that conversation that you mentioned, and it could spark conversation right now, you know, in houses and businesses this morning. And we certainly hope that that is what happens. Ms. Dilworth Ricks and Felicia Thomas, thank you guys again for the work that you do and for being here. If you'd like to maybe reach out to Our House Incorporated, they are not only sexual assault, but also for domestic violence advocacy. You can reach them at the toll number at 1-833-279-LOVE. You can find them locally at 662-332-LOVE, or visit their website to get a better understanding of what they do offer at www.ourhousevoices.com. We'll be right back after the break.